Hello and welcome to another battle in Napoleon Total War, again on the map Grassy Flatlands, but this time it's a 2v2. I play together with Unity Lancer against Insect Villibill and Unity Itchy. They are the attackers, so Itchy has here the host position 1, where the road is a bit more on his side. He plays Prussia with some standard Prussian build, 4 cavalry, 2 guards and 5 lights, and a lot of musketeers, of course. Villibill here on position 2 with Ottomans has 6 mounted Nizam Ichidi Judakev, Ahmed al-Shassar, and 1, 2, 3, 4 light infantry, and the rest are Nizam Ichidi infantry. So a pretty defensive Ottoman build here. No swords like Bashi Bujuk or other meat shields to attack on the flank, and also no hardcore cavalry spam for rushing the opponent, which is also quite common on Grassy with Ottomans. But overall, the Ottomans are not that easy to play on Grassy Flatlands because they have no guard units apart from the Silatar Guard, which inspires, but many people do not bring them, as Villibill in this case. So yeah, it's hard to keep up the morale, especially against France, because of the intimidating factors of the old guard. And yeah, the morale can break very quickly if you don't have your general very close to your lines which are in action, or also cavalry, of course. So I play France. I have 6 chasseurs cheval, so the same amount of cavalry as Villibill has. I have also 4 voltiges, so also the same amount of light infantry. The voltiges are a bit, of course, actually much better in shooting, but they have 30 less men. The good thing for me is that I'm on position 2 here, and on defender side, so the road is a bit closer to me. So if I can get my voltiges into the road, then they will be able to resist the numerical advantage of the Ottomans here. I have some Swiss foot and the 18th Regiment on my right, and 1 old guard here, 1 militia and 1 Fusiliers of the line guarding my center, and 2 more Swiss foot and 1 old guard here on my left. Lancer basically plays the same army as Villibill does. So yeah, it's actually the same, so also a very defensive build. Let's go. So Lancer, of course, has a great problem here with the Ottoman, medium-skilled light infantry against best light infantry of the Grand Nations here in the open terrain. I don't know why he plays a defensive build where he has no advantage apart from his shooter cuff. But it's the shooter cuff is rather defensive in such a build. So he actually has no units to attack, which he obviously doesn't want to. So he will just slowly lose the fight everywhere unless he can outplay his opponent. We will see if this works. So Villibill uses the ultra wide light formation with one of his Nizam-e-Jadid light infantry units here, and I managed to reach the road over here earlier, and I ran into the volley of both of his light infantry units and sent my Swiss foot to open fire on this light infantry as well. Lucky for me, this gunfight on maximum range does not cost me too many voltiges, but yeah, they suffered some casualties here already, 10. And he plays a bit like in Empire here. He is sending the mounted rifles to shoot the light infantry, which is effective if they are running. But if they are kneeling down and taking cover, they do not hit much, so in my opinion this is basically a waste of ammunition to do so, especially against voltiges. So I'm in the road with 3 of my voltiges, and he opens fire with his 85 over here. But I'm, as I said, in the road and in the forest. And there is not much action over here. But Lancer sends 1 light infantry to protect my Swiss foot. But I was a bit too late to retreat with my Swiss foot here, and this mounted Nizam-e-Jadid is able to shoot me now, but luckily for me they shot the voltiges instead of my Swiss foot, and I got a volley off on them, and Lancer, nice timing here, did the same. But I suffer many casualties from on my Swiss foot because Villibill made his light infantry shoot my Swiss foot instead of my voltiges. I tried to shoot his line infantry, but he saw it very early and retreated them. So I have to retreat my Swiss foot as well. His light infantry follows them, and I can hit some more with my voltiges. And I'm pretty close to his ultra-wide line, light infantry, sorry. So they also take a lot of casualties. And I try to go even closer. This ultra-wide formation can be done by forming up your light infantry in a line, a wide line formation, and then click on the light infantry skirmish formation. But you can't move them normally. You can only move them with the forward and backwards buttons in the center of the control area. So it's a bit hard to micro them, but they take some less casualties because they basically do not take any casualties from bullets which do not hit the first row, since there is no second row. So we try to shoot each other here, each other's light infantry or the line infantry if they are in range. From time to time we send some shooter cuff to make the other fall back and get some volley if possible. Over here, Lancer engaged with also a ultra-wide light infantry against the Prussian Fusiliers who are in the road. For some reason, the Ottomans did a lot of, or at least more, damage to the Prussian Fusiliers. But now the Prussian musketeers are approaching, so Lancer has to retreat. The reason for me not attacking so far on my right is that I have indeed a militia for attacking, but I see that he will just fall back continuously. So this is why I do not want this to happen so far, because I'm concentrating on winning the light infantry fight at the moment, which is very good for me since I paid much less money for my light infantry than he did. And if I can even win, and if I can win this light infantry against the odds, if you only look at the money investment, then this is a better option at the moment. And also we are doing a combined attack here in the middle, and we try to push the Prussians back from the road, so Lancer can also deploy some units in this covered area. I change my 73 Swiss foot with my 113. This is a very good tactic. So the 73 are still able to protect my light infantry from enemy cavalry, but the 113 of course have more firepower for the line infantry engagements here. So they are trying to make us to stop our attack here in the middle, but we are in the road already. He's shooting at my voltiges, which are out of ammunition and covered by the road, so this is perfectly fine for me. And Lancer still does his moves with the mounted rifles here, shooting at the retreating light infantry. The problem with this tactic is that at some point the mounted rifles will be out of ammunition, and if they use their ammunition only to shoot light infantry formations, which do not overall do not take that many casualties as line infantry with those volleys, then in my opinion the ammunition is not used in a very good way. So we are trying to push here in the center. I also sent my old guard here. I have the voltiges as a meat shield to attract the first volleys if necessary. So we are preparing. While I do not want him to use all of his units here in the center against my attack force, so I pushed also with my right wing. The problem is that he took the opportunity and sent in a perfect cavalry attack a mounted rifle here through the center and was able to shoot some volleys on my old guard here. And he has more numbers and he still has cavalry around and 2 more cavalry, so he catch me off guard in this spot. Lancer unfortunately retreated and I'm standing alone in our spot, and yeah, perfectly done actually by Villibill here. He shot a lot of Frenchmen down here in the center, especially my old guard suffered about 30 men casualties in this engagement, so this is very bad for me. Now Lancer is back and lines up with me once again. And I send more units into the middle. My voltiges in the center are only protected by my militia. And I sent 2 chasseurs cheval into the game. I target the mounted rifles behind the square. He shot with his smaller mounted rifles, but they did not kill much. And I tried to bring chaos to his formation and break his morale, but he rallied his men, so his morale will hold. And I tried to pull through into the Prussian ranks here, so I can assist Lance's attack on the Prussians. Musketeer square here was a bit early, since there was no cavalry threatening them directly at the moment, and they got shot down extremely hard by the double line of Lancer here. I pushed also with my Fusiliers of the line, and as I said, Villibill is retreating on the flank, and I should have used more of my cavalry already in the middle, or at least sent them there. I'm pushing still with my chasseur cheval here, and he's trying to retreat and get rid of them and then reform his formation. But yeah, overall Villibill's situation is kind of bad. He had to send away his general, and this caused moral problems in his main core of the army. Good for him is that most of my units are pretty small here, so they took a lot of casualties already, also the chasseur cheval, and I get also charged by the Prussian cavalry. Now they change direction on the Ottomans. I try to push Villibill in front of me as long as I have units in the fight, so I do not have to run into the first volleys again. My cavalry is still alive here, and I try to help Lancer to shoot down the foot guard square, while Itchy retreats most of his right-wing units and sends them into the middle, since their communication here in the middle is broken at the moment, and his units in the middle are wavering, but musketeer reinforcements arrive. But pretty well done by Lancer so far. He pushed Itchy away from this area. I pushed with some voltiges as a meat shield on my flank, and I still have a very good units there with one full old guard, 2 Swiss foot and the 18th regiment, and also Chasseur Cheval. So I'm pushing Villibill's forces in front of me. Also with my militia. He targets my militia with his cavalry.
Our men are running, sir.
And Prussian reinforcements arrive and prepare to engage my small units here in the center. While my cavalry is busy fighting the Ottomans here. And this cavalry attack hit hard my left wing and center units, while the Ottoman cavalry is also destroying my units here. Most of them could not. I think any of them couldn't form square anymore. That's why it was so easy for them. And the only units which are still in good shape are on my right. And basically I lost all my left wing and center units. Lanza sent some help with his cavalry, but yeah, the combined force of lancers and mounted rifles is too much for one mounted Nizami Chedid here. Good for me is that I have a very good shape units here, and I can form squares everywhere. The Ottoman general is also in the fight. Itchy pulled through my squares with his cavalry, but he did not do very much damage on my bigger units. While my Chasseur Cheval are still hunting down the Ottoman lines here and the Ottoman general, and Lancer sent one shooter cuff behind the Prussian ranks.
We have killed their general, sir. Now,
And Vilibill's force is basically destroyed. I do not have very much left, only 4 line infantry and 1 Chasseur Cheval with 20, but yeah, Itchy also lost a lot of troops already, and he has mounted Nizami Chedid behind his ranks, while he has no cavalry anymore, and there is no way out for him. He's charging his foot guard and melee. Nice micro here, because otherwise they would have been outgunned within seconds. Now they can do a bit more damage, but overall there is no way for the Prussians to win this. My French troops are arriving. I try to stop those 46 Ottoman lines, Ottoman Nizami Chedid, to break them so they do not come back into the battle. And over here Lanza also prepares an attack with his line infantry on this on our far left. There was actually no activity at all. Both of them were very defensive. So all the action was in the middle, as you saw. There's still one Prussian foot guard around,
our men are running, sir.
but they are, of course, outgunned against our superior force here. and this was the game. So well played to our opponents, and it was nice to play a 2v2 with Lancer. I did not play many team games with Lancer, so this was very nice. Everyone targeting the Prussian general staff.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
The foot guard wasn't even able to leave the square anymore because my general staff threatened them continuously. And this is it. So my own guards are leading the stats together with my Swiss foot here, and two of my chasseurs cheval did also a very good job. At least one of them, I think the 88 one, chased some units in the end. Yeah, so this was it. So see you in the next video. Bye.